What's up, everybody? You got Specs here, and today we're going to be going over the Week 6 replays for UPDL Season 9. Nice. I'm so funny. Anyways, yeah, not much to go over. Let's just go right into it. I don't need an intro. So yeah, let's start off with our first battle here. So first up, we got the Driftveil Delibirds, aptly so named in the showdown thing, versus the Renegade Roserades here, which is Wiggly. Yeah, we'll see who comes out on top here. Surely my friend the Driftveil Delibirds will put up a good performance. Something. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. So Samurai Hasui is gonna lead off against the goat Joring June, or Goring Goon. Okay, no, that's worse. Okay, but anyways, we got Samurai Hasui off against that. Yeah, gonna be interesting. Oh, we actually are going to see a Scarf Samurott out here. With sharpness boosted Sacred Sword most likely, and it is going to take out the Roaring Moon in one go. Actually, I'm kind of surprised it killed that like that, but yeah, I feel like that was a roll, low key. But you know what? I got the kill. Driftveil Delibirds off to a great start there. Wiggly not anticipating the Scarf Samurott, I'm assuming, or either that or maybe forgot that Sacred Sword was a thing on Samurott. Regardless, does result in a quick turn 1 death for Driftveil Delibirds. The Corviknight come out here with pressure, and we're gonna see Fluttermane switch in here as the Corviknight goes for U-turn. Very nice play on Wiggly's end. And we're gonna see Chansey come in here. Okay, Fluttermane is gonna go for taunt here, so preventing rocks from coming up there. And with that, Chansey might be walled by Fluttermane as a result of that as well. We don't really know the set on Fluttermane or on the Chansey. Could have something like Shadow Ball, I suppose, but Anyways, Corviknight is gonna come back in here as Flutter is gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball. It is gonna do over half to Corviknight. And we do see that it is Life Orb Fluttermane there too. So yeah, pretty interesting. Let's see. Oh, and second Shadow Ball is just going to come out and Corviknight is going to go down there. Wiggly, yeah, I guess pivoting to Chansey is not going to really help much. Clearly, yeah, if she doesn't go out to Chansey afterwards, definitely it indicates that the Chansey doesn't have any way to hit the Fluttermane, especially after taunt. I think Wiggly might have been able to try to do some sort of pivoting with like going to Chansey on the second Shadow Ball, and then maybe pivot onto Ho-Oh on the taunt, and then from there, Fluttermane obviously not going to be able to kill the Ho-Oh, so they're going to have to switch out or something like that. Maybe that would have worked out better, but yeah, looks like Corviknight is just going to go down here. It's going to be pretty good for Driftveil Delibirds too. Losing the Steel type means Arceus Poison is going to be a little bit better, depending on if it's a setup set or not. So yeah, we'll see if that pans out well for the Driftveil Delibirds. Ho-Oh is going to come in here, and we are going to see a Power Gem come out, and it's just going to do a lot of damage there, but Ho-Oh is going to tank it. Very specially bulky Pokemon, and Sacred Fire is just going to knock out the Fluttermane. So yeah, okay. Now Driftveil Delibirds is going to send out Samurott in response. There really isn't a good switch into Razor Shell here, so Wiggly either needs to take a lot of damage on Calyrex Ice here, or is probably just going to have to sack. And she is going to sacrifice the Ho-Oh as a result of that. Calyrex Ice definitely going to come in here now. Okay. We're going to see Aegislash's response here as Calyrex Ice goes for Trick Room. No Air Balloon on Aegislash, so higher horsepower is going to do a decent amount of damage here. We're going to see the Glacial Lance come out immediately, but it is going to not do anything as Aegislash gets up to substitute. I guess Wiggly might have been predicting a King Shield, and she didn't want to click high horsepower on that. But yeah, Driftveil Delibirds has a different plan in mind, apparently, and we're going to see the substitute get set up there. High horsepower is going to come on this turn. The Aegislash is going to go ahead and go for Toxic. And yeah, that's going to be pretty bad for the Calyrex there. Getting put on a timer is going to be very hard for it to sweep at this point. And now Aegislash does go for the King Shield there. And Wiggly does click high horsepower, which means they do get the -1 attack. Yeah, not looking good for Wiggly here. Chansey's going to come in here as Aegislash gets up another substitute. And Aegislash is just going to go for Toxic as Chansey does reveal Heal Bell. So that's going to be pretty good for staving off Toxic for Calyrex. But the problem is Toxic has more PP than Heal Bell, so Wiggly's going to have to do some good planning to ensure that Aegislash isn't going to be able to just Toxic everything once Heal Bell runs out of PP. And based on the fact that Chansey couldn't deal with Aegislash at all, or it couldn't deal with Fluttermane, then that might indicate that it can't do anything to Aegislash either, especially behind a substitute. Yeah, Chansey's going to get up rocks here, but no indication of Chansey be able to do anything against Aegislash. Aegislash going over another Toxic here as Chansey gets poisoned. Aegislash going to go for the Shadow Ball, revealing the last move here. Maybe predicting a swap to Calyrex or Arceus Ground or something. Now, obviously, no dice there. As Chansey, yeah, goes for Heal Bell. So, yeah, it looks like the Aegislash really can't touch the Chansey, but Toxic is going to eventually wear down the Chansey. And, yeah, all Driftveil Delibirds really has to do in this position is just wait. They just, I think, just always click Toxic as soon as Chansey clicks Heal Bell. And they can always guarantee get a Toxic on another Pokemon if they decide to switch in, since Aegislash is a substitute up, and Chansey can't break that sub. So, yeah, it's not looking good for Wiggly here. Chansey's going to take another Toxic as Chansey gets up rocks. Obviously, just to start wasting PP here, I'm assuming. But yeah, Driftveil Delibirds has no reason to switch here is the issue. So, yeah, because they'll have enough PP for Toxic to eventually force Chansey to, use Heal Bell and use Soft Boiled. Like, eventually, Chansey will lose this interaction, most likely. I don't think Chansey can waste enough PP before Toxic damage just does too much. So, yeah, realistically, Driftveil Delibirds is, assuming he's content with just sitting here, then he's just gonna keep doing that for the rest of the game. Okay, Calyrex Ice is gonna come out here. But I think that was a bad move. Yeah, Toxic comes out on the turn. Yeah, Chansey probably could have just used Natural Cure to switch out and just cure the Toxic, though, so I don't really know why. She probably didn't have to click Heal Bell all too often, actually, yeah, if she had Natural Cure, she would have been able to pretty much stall out the Aegislash pretty easily. You can just bait Toxics into Calyrex Ice or Arceus Ground or whatever, and then you can go back into Chansey, click Heal Bell. I think that would probably have forced Driftveil Delibirds to reconsider their strategy here, but anyway, Shadow Ball is going to come out. Do a lot of damage to Calyrex. Calyrex does get a high horsepower off, but Aegislash is faster than Calyrex, so we are going to see Aegislash, in fact, go for the King Shield there. I don't really agree with that King Shield. I mean, I guess Calyrex does die to Toxic damage, but if Arceus Ground came out on that turn, you would have lost a bit of momentum there. So I think going for another Shadow Ball was the best play. But you know what? It does work out for Driftveil Delibirds. Calyrex is going to go down there to Toxic damage. Anyways, Arceus Ground is going to come in here. We are going to see it go straight for the Dragon Dance as Aegislash stays in, goes for Toxic. Yeah, I guess Driftveil Delibirds figured most likely like Earthquake might not have killed Aegislash, and so he just wanted to go for Toxic just to make sure that Arceus Ground doesn't get too out of hand. Lugia is going to come in here, and it is going to be Boots as the Arceus Ground tries to go for Earthquake on the Aegislash. Obviously doesn't work. Chansey's going to swap back in here as Lugia tries to go for an Ice Beam, and it is going to freeze the Chansey, which is pretty... I mean, it's whatever, right? Because Chansey has Natural Cure. Wait, isn't Natural Cure supposed to activate on this turn? oh, wait. Oh, I think that... Ooh. Well, okay, well, we'll see. Yeah. Looks like Chansey doesn't have Natural Cure, as a matter of fact. I think that was probably just a mistake from Wiggly's end, and they forgot to set Natural Cure on Chansey, which is very unfortunate. That freeze, in fact, does end up mattering then in that case. And that explains why Chansey wasn't swapping out against Aegislash earlier. Just to like stall Toxic PP. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Yeah. That's really unfortunate, that's just like the slight team building mistakes, can lead to this situations like this where Aegislash wouldn't have been able to get as far as it did without that Chansey not having a Natural Cure. So yeah. Yeah, Samurott comes in here. We are going to see the Thaw for Chansey, though, which is pretty nice. So at least the freeze didn't matter too much in the end. Just lost a couple turns. Flip turn is going to come out for Samurai Hisui. And we're just going to see Arceus Poison come in as Chansey goes for S-Toss. Arceus Ground is going to pivot back in here as Arceus Poison goes for Swords Dance. It's pretty interesting. And Aqua Tail is going to come out, knocking out the Arceus Ground. And at this point, I think this game is over. Yeah, Gunk Shot's going to come out and completely direct that Chansey. And Driftveil Delibirds is gonna come away here with a 5-0 victory. Yeah, Chansey not having Natural Cure was really big there. And yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, that was just really unfortunate. Maybe Wiggly should have probably tried to preserve their Ho-Oh. Would that have helped? I mean, that would have definitely helped against... Well, I mean, no, it wouldn't really have helped. Yeah, it's just like... Okay, Chansey not having Natural Cure just really sealed that game, honestly. Because, like, Aegislash did not have been able to get as far as it did. That being said, even if Chansey had Natural Cure, Driftveil Delibirds was in a pretty good position. They were up like 5-4. The Calyrex was like somewhat chipped. Or no, 5-3. Yeah, at that point, by the time Aegislash came out, it was 5-3. And there's not much Wiggly could have. Like, Wiggly still couldn't really, like, safely break the sub of Aegislash without getting toxic, at least. And then, like, she would have had to gone to Chansey later on to heal Bell, potentially. But maybe that wouldn't have happened during this game, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I think Driftveil Delibirds was in a pretty advantageous state. And Chansey not having natural kill just kind of enhanced that even more, to the point where I don't think Wiggly really had a chance to win once we got to that point. But yeah, that was just a very unfortunate a very fortunate mistake there that kind of led to that win. And anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next game. So yeah, next up we got the Boston Brelooms versus Mooney 5 Lunalas. Let's go ahead and get started here. Another Chansey and Arceus Poison. Okay, we're going to see Regieleki lead off against the Rubombi. We're going to see a hard pivot out into Zygarde as Regieleki tries to go for a Volt Switch. We're going to see Reflect come up on the 1,000 Arrows, and we're going to see Chansey hard swap in on the Necrozma Dawn Wings pivot. Interestingly enough, I'm not really sure why Necrozma Dawn Wings pivot. Maybe, I think Pops was probably trying to predict maybe like an explosion from the Regieleki, so we went to Necrozma Dawn Wings to try to preserve their Zygarde 10%. That's probably why. But yeah, anyways, we're going to see a Future Sight here as an unfortunate Toxic mix happens there. Yeah, Necrozma getting poisoned would have been pretty nice for Bari, but no dice there. Rabami's going to come back in here as Chansey sets up rocks. And Arceus oh, dude, the Future Sight's coming. Yeah. Man, people always forget about Future Sight, you know? It always comes out 2 turns after, you know, you got to be cognizant of it. Yeah, honestly, Bari should have just stayed in with Chansey. There's really no reason not to. I understand why he went to Arceus Poison to scare out the Rubombi, but like at the end of the day, I mean, I would have stayed in with Chansey, right? Like just gone for S-Toss, break the Rubombi's Sash. That was really all you could have done, because like Future Star was going to come out. Yeah, and now you're in a really bad state here, because your main Rubombi, like Rubombi clicks Moonblast for free here, right? And then clicks U-turn right after, or it can just click U-turn straight away. So yeah, it's not good. Bob's still gonna have a lot of momentum out of this play. Okay, yeah, U-turn just come out and Arceus Poison is just gonna die straight up. So Arceus Poison doesn't even get to do anything in this game. Pretty unfortunate there. Arceus Poison, well, I don't know. It doesn't have the greatest matchup here, but it's like, it still could be. It's still, I mean, depending on the set, right? It could do really well, but you know, we won't know anymore, right? Because now it's down. Anyways, Latias comes in. This is a Mega Latias, and the Mega Metagross is going to come in as a result. We're going to see the Megas happen simultaneously. Ice Punch is going to come out from Mega Metagross, and it's going to do about a half as the Latias goes for Thunder Wave. And then we're going to see the Necrozma Dawn Wing comes in. Necrozma Dawn Wings come in. Anyways, Thunder Punch as the follow-up. I guess trying to snipe the Kyogre switch in, which fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Anyways, Reflect is going to come out from Necrozma Dawn Wings as the unfortunate para there, and the Light Screen comes. Oh, 2 paras is pretty unfortunate there. Arceus Dark is going to pivot in here as Metagross gets pivoted out into Giratina Origin. Obviously, not a great matchup for Giratina Origin. We're going to see Judgment come out as Bari does choose to get rid of everything here with the Defog. Yeah, pretty good call, I guess. Gets rid of the screens, gets rid of the webs on his side. It's going to be pretty nice. But that being said, Bromley still has their Sash intact, so it's going to be pretty easy for Roman to give back up webs again. And now that the Giratina is at less than half health, and there's a spin blocker on Pops' team, I really doubt that Bari can keep this up, right? Anyway, Chansey's going to come in here on the follow-up Judgment. I'm not going to do too much there. And we're going to see Taunt from Arceus Dark as Chansey attempts to go for Toxic but fails. Rabombi's going to switch in on the Seismic Toss. It's a little interesting play. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why Pops went to Rabombi on that. Maybe he's a little worried about Shadow Ball being a potential option on Chansey, but I feel like if it was Shadow Ball, would have gone for that sooner. Because we did see Chansey face off against Necrozma Dawn Wings already. But anyways, we are going to see the Rabombi go for webs again. And we're going to see Zygarde come back in as Regieleki tries to go for Voltage again. Does not work. And Chansey's going to come in here. Bari probably predicting the Extreme Speed, but no, actually Pops goes for the 1,000 Arrows, and it is going to 2-shot Chansey at this range. It's going to 2-shot everything probably besides maybe Lilligant. So yeah, Bari is going to... Oh, whoa, that was a... that was a crazy roll. 45 to 40 is kind of insane. Okay, so it looks like Bari's Chansey's going to hang on for a little bit longer. He's going to go ahead and get off a Toxic here as a sacrifice ditch effort. or as a sacrifice effort here to get Zygarde 10% poisoned. But the chance is going to go down on this turn. Okay. We'll see. Lilligant is going to come in here. Not really sure what it's going to do. There's Rabombi. Lilligant is not faster than Rabombi after the Victory Dance either, yeah. Metagross is going to come in on the Moonblast. Fair enough. But like Metagross doesn't... Okay, he's going to take a Rabombi with Bullet Punch. Okay, fair enough. But like, yeah, now Kyogre comes in, right? You have no good Origin Ball switch-ins. Lilligant does not count, obviously. And Regieleki, Giratina is too chipped. Regieleki is going to come in here. Go for the Light Screen. It is faster than Kyogre, even after the Sticky Web. But yeah, no, it's only going to get up a Light Screen from the looks of it. Lilligant's going to come in here. Okay, we're just seeing the Crozma Dominant Wings come in. Victory Dance comes out for Lilligant. But yeah, one Future Sight, and that thing's going to be on a big timer. Oh, it's actually going to go for Reflect. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, now Lilligant really can't break through this thing. Future Sight comes out, yep. It's gonna come out during a turn where Lilligant is gonna have Light Screen up, but I honestly think it still might just straight up kill. Anyways, Giratina is gonna come in here on the Future Sight. Yeah, Barry kind of lost all of his momentum here. I don't really see a win coming for him at this point. Okay, yeah, Arc Dark comes in. It's probably going to be over at this point. Doesn't comes out. It's going to kill the Giratina Origin. Don't really see how Lilligant's going to be able to make a comeback here. And he's going to taunt right off the bat, so Lilligant can't even Victory Dance. Yeah, it's not looking good here. Pop's going to pivot into Dawn Wings. Yeah, one Future Sight in this game is going to end eventually, right? So... Future Sight, yeah. The game's gonna end in 2 turns. Leafly not gonna do anything. Pop's just gonna sit here and set up Morning Sun and just sit there and wait until the Lilligant dies, which is gonna happen on this turn. Oh, it's actually Sash. Okay, so it's not gonna matter unless like Barry gets like 5 crits and like yeah, now Joltiks is just gonna take it out. That's over. You know? Yeah, so Pops wins that 5-0. The same thing as last game, actually. 5-0. Yeah, Bari. It was pretty tough. I don't know. Your matchup against Arceus Dark was pretty bad. Top plus Judgment kind of just fucked over your entire team, really speaking. But bringing Lilligant without Sun was a little weird. I understand why you did it because there is, but I mean, it's a rain. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, it's just still rain coming in. Like, it still does fuck with your Sun team quite a bit, especially since the Primordial Sea. So you can't even set Sun up against the Caramel Kyogre. But that being said, like, Lilligant is a good swap into Kyogre. So maybe. I don't know. And then, yeah, I think the Regieleki might not have been spin, as a matter of fact. I don't know. Well, we don't know for sure. The last move could have been spin. You never know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just a bad matchup against Arceus Dark. And Pop's playing really well. Just kind of solidified that game in general. So, yeah, we're just going to move on to battle here. Next up, we got the Dayton Dewgongs up against the Piplup Posse. Get this started. Tinglu going to lead off against Eternatus here. Pretty good lead matchup for Dayton Dewgongs. Can start getting up hazards pretty early. Eternatus is actually going to start with the screen, which is pretty interesting. And T-Spikes, which, yeah, Granny Chart does not have a great answer to. I guess he does have Giratina Origin to defog away the hazards, but that means you're going to have to lose your own hazards as well. Yeah, Earthquake not doing much there. Another T-Spike gets set up as Earthquake, as Tinglu just content on going for Earthquakes here. Giratina is going to come in on probably another Earthquake. Oh, Origination comes out. Calm Mind happens. Giratina goes to another Earthquake. Is this weakness policy? Yeah, it's weakness policy. I kind of figured. Anyways, Drainy Kiss comes out, but this Tinglu has been shown to be red card a lot. Yeah, it's red card. Okay, gets back phased out. Great Test comes in on the Earthquake. Obviously not going to do too much there. Giratina Origin going to come in here as Great Tusk goes for bulk up. Draco Meteor comes out and just absolutely demolishes the Great Tusk there. That's actually, yeah, I think I think the Great Tusk was probably max speed, and Arcana kind of expected Giratina Origin not to be max speed. I wouldn't have expected it either, honestly, but okay. Or maybe, I mean, this bulk up spin, also bulk up spin to attack. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't really know how bulk up Tusk. I mean, they're probably good defensive ones. And if that's the case, though, I don't know why he would have stayed in against Giratina, right? He definitely had like definitely had like good switches in like Pheasantipity and stuff like that. So I don't think he would have risked that if he didn't think the Giratina was slow and he was a faster Great Tusk. So yeah, but at the same time, I mean, Great Tusk will only have gotten a little bit of chip because Giratina Origin is pretty bulky. So yeah, I don't know really what Arcana was doing there personally. But anyways, I think maybe he wanted some chip on the Giratina before dying. Maybe he predicted the Giratina might have been Poltergeist or something or physical. You know, you never really know. Anyways, Magirna's going to come back in here. Obviously not a great matchup for Giratina, who tries to go for Wisp for some reason. Oh god, it's Combine Iron Defense. Dude, Magirna's so broken. If there's anything you can take away from Pokemon, this thing is so stupid. Never let anyone tell you any differently. Anyways, Zamazen's going to come here. It isn't the... oh, it's Boots. Okay. That's going to help Gurning Chart a little bit, but the thing is... Wait, what? Why is it faster? Oh, Zamazenta might have worked. Okay, the Zamazenta might have gone for Roar. Gurning Chart, yeah, probably was hoping for Magirna to go for a greedy setup move, but Arcana, no dice there, just goes straight for the Draining Kiss and completely demolishes the Zamazenta there. And now Magirna has +2 defense, +2 Spadef, +3 special attack. I don't really see a great way for Gurning Chart to win this game. Mega Mewtwo's gonna come out, go for Zen Headbutt. Gets a flinch. Sure, but you're gonna get all your health removed right now. The crit did not matter. I'm assuming not, at least. Yeah. Okay, Melmetal finally comes out here. We are gonna see Aura Sphere, though. Is gonna take out the Melmetal completely. Yeah, game is yeah, we're done. Pack it up, boys. It's over. You don't have a second red card there, Tinglu. So yeah, Drainicus is gonna knock out the Tinglu. We can just skip through it. Yeah, that's a decent chunk though, but I never seen a Lomo get one shot like that. It's beautiful. All right, yeah, Magirna's broken. Who would have thought? I did. I always thought that. Fuck that. Fuck this thing, bro. But yeah, Dewgongs team was just very weak to Magirna on the first one. But that being said, Gritty Char probably should have went to hard Melmetal as soon as Magirna comes in, right? Like as soon as you see like Combined Iron Defense, like you gotta go to like Melmetal or something. He doesn't really have a lot of good answers to Magirna in general, though. Yeah, I mean, like it's rough, right? He doesn't have a great way to deal with it at all. So yeah, I guess he just kind of loses to that. Yeah, this team is pretty fairy weak though. Something to note for later. But yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I think Arcana could have gone to 6-0. That's all I had to say, actually. Yeah, Magirna could have totally came against Giratina, just started sweating up right then and there. Or probably at least. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next game. It's just that was a very clean 6-0 sweep there. Wait, did he get every kill? Yes, it did get every kill. Okay, well, I know who the thumbnail is going to be. Anyways, next up here, we got the Las Vegas Golden Ho-Ohs versus the Jubilife Joltiks here. Let's go ahead and get this game started. We're going to see Latias lead up against Nihilego. We're going to see the light screen set up as T-Spikes comes out. Okay, T-Spike's going to be pretty good against Gecko's team here, and he has no removal unless this is Defog Latias, which I kind of doubt. And screens are gone with the Psychic Fangs immediately, so... Aurora comes out, so Galeo is gonna drag out the Abomasnow. It's gonna... Why you... I mean, okay, I can't see why you're soundproof because this is Mega Abomasnow and Mega Abomasnow has no warning, but like, what's soundproof really gonna do for you? I mean, actually, it would have... It could block Roars from Solgaleo, so maybe. Anyway, Scissor's gonna come in here as the Solgaleo tries to go for Psychic Fangs and he breaks the screens. Yveltal's gonna come in here as Scizor goes for Defog. Oh, so this says Defog. Okay. It's gonna stay out T-Spikes a little bit there, but this is a regular ass Scizor, by the way, so I don't really know. Saltfest. What the fuck? I've never seen a Saltfest Darkrai in my life, but okay, sure. We're gonna see Trick come out, so he's gonna take the boots before dying. Okay, sure, fair enough. Does your team even have hazards? I guess maybe the Arc Fighting has rocks, maybe? That might be it. Anyways, Solgaleo is gonna come in here as Arc Fighting goes for self. Yep, okay, it does have rocks. My comment just reminded myself. This thing was Trick Assault Vest. You couldn't use Trick when you have Assault Vest on. So he was intending on getting... This is either the biggest brain play of all time or really stupid. And I'm leaning it towards it being stupid, no offense. Because, like, realistically, even on our Surface Darkrai, you're going to be using a lot of different moves before you consider using Trick on the off chance you get knocked off. So, yeah, I don't know. Gecko, no. I'm of the belief that you did not understand how Trick and Assault Vest interact. For the record, Assault Vest means you cannot use status moves, and that includes stuff like Trick. You can only use attacking moves while you have an Assault Vest on. So, yeah, definitely interesting there. Toxic comes out from the Solgaleo onto the Latios, and since this thing has Psychic Phase, it's just gonna always be able to break the screen. So yeah. Oh, we're gonna see Latios go for Thunderwave though, so that's gonna, you know, Psychic Phase, not for nothing. You know, you at least get the paralysis on this Solgaleo. Solgaleo goes for Teleport. We're gonna see the Champow come in. It's gonna just demolish the Latios. Scizor comes in here, has to prevent the it is Boots, by the way, on the Champow. Anyways, the Yveltal's gonna come in here, gonna take the rocks. Scizor going for Bullet Punch. You know, it goes for okay. I mean, I think Bullet Punch would have killed just as well, and would have done more damage to the Yveltal here. Right, would it? 16. Yeah, it would have done more damage to the Yveltal. But you know what? Whatever. If you were gonna predict well, he didn't predict a swap, but I would have probably gone for U-turn myself, honestly, because obviously you're gonna be really scared of Champow. Like Champow's gonna be really scared of Scizor going for Bullet Punch, so I would have gone for U-turn personally and just gotten momentum out of that swap. Maybe go into a Abomasnow afterwards. Scared the Yveltal. I don't know. You can do something with that. But yeah, I don't know. Gecko's team is just like, I don't really see the vision on his team. I'll be honest. Like, you got like 2 really slow attackers, but there's no Trick Room on this team or anything. Or it's actually 3. And then you have Arceus Fighting that's being used as support. Darkrai is running Assault Vest or something. I don't see the synergy there. But anyways, Bullet Punch comes out. This looks like it is gonna be not banded or anything. Well, I mean, it's fucking defog. I hope it's not banded. I mean, you can run choice band defog. I mean, like I've seen weirder things, like Trick Assault Vest. But anyways, we're gonna see the Roost on the Brick Break, so it's gonna do more damage. But Ozzy says, no, I know you're not going to predict me twice. So, yeah, so Gecko's just trying to get some damage off before he dies from the looks of it. In the process, wasting all of his light screens. So, yeah, Scizor's going to go down there. Ursaluna comes in. Dude, I just knocked this thing off. Yeah, get rid of the Flame Orb. Yeah. Yawn on Ursaluna is crazy, especially when you consider the fact that there's a Tapu Fini on the opposing a person's team. Like, you're never gonna put anything to sleep unless Ozzy leaves the keyboard on. Like, he just leaves. You know? Yeah, U-turn comes out. Ursaluna, Nihilego comes in, which is okay. Yeah, Facade doesn't do much. I mean, yeah, it's not poison. Okay, Yveltal comes in. Going for Fire Punch there. Gets a burn. I'm sure the Ursaluna would have loved to have that status condition. Why don't you go for Fire Punch on that turn, actually? Yeah, this turn... What the... Wait, why would you ever go for Fire Punch on this turn? If you're gonna predict something like Solgaleo or Champow, Headlong Rush literally does more. Yeah, I don't understand why you would go for Fire Punch. Why are you... This set is really weird, too. Yawn Facade, Fire Punch. I'm sure the last bit was Headlong Rush, right? Like, if anything, you should have had Ice Punch to deal with Garchomp. Yeah, I don't know. Weird set personally. Anyways, Fire Punch not gonna do anything. You just get the burn. Yeah, I already talked about that. Yveltal is really gonna be going through all its roost today, from the looks of it. Yeah, the roost. Another Facade. You know, Gecko could switch out and give Ursaluna poisoning and guts as a result. But I guess he doesn't. Yeah, Gecko doesn't really seem to like to switch a lot. And that's something that newer players, in my experience, really don't like switching. Although, to be fair, there are T-Spikes on the field, so I can understand why you wouldn't want to switch. But at the same time, you know, you're not really doing anything by just sitting here and clicking attacking move, right? Clearly, it's not working. So, you know, you have to kind of reconsider what you like. First off, your Abomasnow's already poisoned. You should just go to it, threaten the Yveltal with like Ice Shard or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's looking like that's not going to happen there. Oblivion Wing is going to take out the Ursaluna. Yeah, I don't see how Gecko's gonna win this game. Okay, we're gonna see the Mega Bomb still come out. A Bubbling probably isn't gonna kill. Yeah, it's not. So if you got like a good strong Blizzard, Ice Shark comes out. Oblivion's gonna take out the Motostoke. Okay, so he's got one RC's fighting who is probably not a setup variant since it already revealed Stealth Rock, and a Dream, and about 8 turns to do it because he has been poisoned. So yeah, Oblivion comes out. Actually, not doing much all things considered, thanks to Veil. And this is a more defensive Yveltal. So yeah, Ozzy Wazzy. I mean, that's something. Okay, we're gonna see the U-turn come out here as Feeny comes in. Yeah, this game's over. I really doubt this RC fighting has any coverage for Feeny. Feeny looks like it's. First off, I'm surprised I see no leftovers on a Calm Mind Feeny. Second off, bro, it's Misty Terrain. This is 2025. Okay, okay. Let's turn that off. Yeah, clearly, I think Gecko is just a much newer player here, so it doesn't understand all the mechanics, fortunately. But yeah, it is just this does kind of just come with playing the game a lot and having the knowledge. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Gecko, if you want help, feel free to reach out to. I'm sure not even just me, but like just to anyone else here. You know, I'm sure most people will be more than welcome, more than happy to help a newer player get their bearings in this environment. Draft leagues are well, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there are other draft leagues that have like less experienced players, but like, yeah, our draft league, I like to say most of you are pretty good at the game at this point, right? So, it's definitely not as welcoming of an environment as it would be for like a newer player. So yeah, definitely not great there. But yeah, anyways, Gecko is gonna lose that 6-0. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna move on to the next game. I don't really want to harp on that much more. Next up, we got the Slovakian Slowbros up against the Solaceon Screamtails here. Got some. Yeah, I don't like this team. I'm sorry, I don't like Ghetto Flash's team. If there's one thing I could do, if there's one thing I wanted to change with their Power Rankings video, is I would have purposely lowered Ghetto Flash's team as much as possible. Just because, like, I gave him a lot of marks for offense and all that stuff. I think I explained this in my video, but like, this team is an example of someone abusing my rank, abusing my categories as much as possible. So I do rank offense a lot more than I do defense. And so as a result of that, like, because there is a decent amount of offense in this team did get a lot of, but honestly, I should have marked it less just because it's not necessarily an Uber's level offense, right? You have stuff like Greninja, Landorus, even Darkrai, not even considered Ubers anymore, right? Like, half these mons aren't even Uber. And he has way more that aren't Ubers as well. So honestly, I probably should have docked more points for being offense, like, because like honestly, really not cutting it at an Uber's level. Like, I think my team, even though it has less offensive Pokemon than he has, I think my team's offense is better than his. Just be straight up, because my offense is coming from Uber Pokemon instead of coming from, you know, like Greninja or Darkrai. But yeah, I think this team is really bad. I'm sorry. Well, it's not really bad, but it's definitely like bottom 3 draft league that we've drafted this season, I would have to say. It was nowhere near in the middle of the pack, I must say. Anyways, enough ranting about that. So let's go ahead and get started. Lander Steering gonna lead off here against Shuckle. If this is like Taunt Lando, it is Taunt Lando, nice. But it is Mental Herb on Shuckle, and we're gonna see the Onk. Wait, okay, Encore was okay. Encore was not the play. Anyways, Mewtwo's gonna come in on this follow-up taunt. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay, Theo Ace, which is in. Okay, it's Sash. That explains it, but it went for Trailblaze, which means yeah, you have to go for Easy before and you can't do anything. Ice Beam again. Okay, it's another special Mewtwo from the looks of it. That's crazy. And his Greninja's gonna come in here. Hydro Pump is gonna miss. It is Scarf Greninja, but unfortunate miss there. Mewtwo X is gonna go for a Drain Punch, and not gonna quite kill though. Oh, it's a speed tie? That's crazy. It's a speed tie. Is insane. I never expected that. I don't know why Liss intentionally made herself speed tie with Greninja, but okay, sure. But yeah, it was definitely Scarf Greninja, unless it was like a really slow Mega Mewtwo X, and then like, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Landorus, yeah, Ice Beam. I mean, we've already seen it. Pheromosa is gonna come in here. Ice Beam not gonna kill, but Pheromosa is not gonna kill it, and Salmon's gonna come in, but Ice Beam again. Yeah, I mean, you're lowering its attack quite a bit, so maybe Darkrai can live a hit now. I guess maybe that's the play. No, he's gonna go Men's. Dude, this is a. Bro, like, why did you not go Darkrai? Thank you. Kid, taunt. Dark Pulse comes out. Not gonna quite kill. But Ice Beam, yeah. I mean, Darkrai's not gonna kill it either. So, why is it Icy Wind on Darkrai? Dude, it gets Ice Beam. Like, oh, Focus Blast. And Scarf. Yeah, okay. I don't even think you need to go for Focus Blast. Why did you just go for Blue? At least more accurate. But anyway, maybe Willis needed. But yeah, this is an example of what I'm telling you, right? Like literally, his team gets completely run through the moment something faster hits the field. Like Ghetto literally can't do anything about it, or like can't do much, right? Like after 3 different Intimidates, his Darkrai was finally able to beat a Mega Mewtwo X. What? Anyways, I don't know. The sets as well. I mean, the sets are fine. Well, I don't know about the Greninja personally. I don't. Scarf Gren with Pump is not standard, I guess. I mean, it's no. To be fair, like Scarf, Purdy, and Gren is something you like tailor make for your opposing team match, like for whatever matchup you're dealing with. So, in that sense, it probably is fine that he had Hydro Pump. Maybe he was. Like, what does Hydro Pump hit here? Well, yeah, what does Hydro Pump realistically hit here, right? It, like, hits Landorus. It hits Shuckle. But I don't really think you need to hit Shuckle that hard with your Scarf Greninja. So maybe just Ice Beam is good enough for Landorus. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Move on. Oh, hey, it's me. So, next up here, we got me. The Soaring Sigilyphs up against the Skeb Glaceons. Yeah, very scary matchup for me. I whenever I fight Elegy, I get a little bit worried, you know. Well, I mean, you should see me when I'm prepping. I'm always worried for whoever I fight. Let's be real. Like there's a reason why I don't usually participate in draft leagues or like participate in competitive Pokemon in general. I used to like it. Like I used to play on ladder and stuff, but it just gives me a lot of anxiety whenever I play, which is why I've been trying to steer away from participating. I always keep myself as a backup option just in case, usually for draft leagues. Though to be fair, I did kind of want to play this season just because Ubers is fun, or at least I enjoyed playing with it. I actually enjoyed playing this season quite a bit, but you know, I'm sure based on what I've seen in the chats, not everyone is really enjoying it, which I guess apologies for that. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I don't like, especially against players like Elegy. I have a lot of stress going up into it. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get started. We're gonna see the King Gambit lead off against my Arceus Fairy here. Low-key, I kind of wanted to just go for Judgment right off the bat, but you know, Iron Head is going to hurt a little bit on Arceus Fairy, obviously, so I just like, fuck it. Let's just go into Ferrothorn. And if we see a fucking Quick Claw come out here, which... Bro, yo, chill. A chill dog. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, anyways, Quick Claw is crazy. A Ferrothorn comes out, though. We are against the knockoff. I have Helmet, because... a lot of things. Well, you know, it's Helmet, because, there's a couple physical attackers I wanted to have Helmet for. Mainly, she has a Mega Kangaskhan, which she didn't bring. But yeah, Mega Kangaskhan's pretty scary. But if I have Ferrothorn with Rocky Helmet plus Iron Barbs, like literally it can't do anything without dying immediately if it tries to go for any physical move. Even if it goes for Fire Punch, like Ferrothorn takes like more than half its health after 2 Fire Punches. But yeah, let's go for Leech Seed here. Some health back. I think I'd probably go for Roxy, right? Please don't make go for yeah, I finally set up Hazard. Let's go. Except Defog is probably gonna come up for the Moltres. As I go Glow King here. I am Boots. Moltres goes for the Wisp. I don't even remember the games I play. Yeah. I know some people might say like, oh, you're just like I have watched most of these battles live, but I always forget about the battles afterwards. So like whenever I'm doing the replay analysis, like it just comes back. I don't know. I don't remember this shit. I don't even remember the battles I played. I remember the result, but I don't remember what happened anymore. So anyways, Mystical Fire comes out here. Pretty interesting. I just go for the chilly reception because I love bad jokes. I just get my Gliscor in here, get its Toxic Orb activated. Now Moltres can't really do shit to me. And I just go for Toxic on my own. Moltres gets poisoned. Nice for me. Eventually it'll die from that, hopefully. Anyways, Mewtwo comes in here. A little bit worried. I don't want to take like Ice Beams or anything because Mewtwo can do a lot of shit. So I just go straight into my Lunala. Reveals screens. And from there, my heart rate goes down quite a bit. I was kind of expecting a more offensive Mewtwo set because like Nasty Plot, Side Strike, Shadow Ball, Ice Beam really kind of ripped through my entire team. So surprised that didn't show up. But yeah, anyways, Mewtwo's going for screens. I like that. I just go for the Thunder Wave there. I go for another Thunder Wave. I was a little bit greedy on mine. I was just like, I was kind of expecting the LG to swap, but you know, clearly not. Anyways, I go for Shadow Ball here. Again, I run Shadow Ball here because of pressure from both Eternatus and from the Mewtwo, so I don't run out of PP from, like, if I'm using Moongeist Beam, for example. It was a good call, honestly. Yeah, anyway, Side Strike comes out. Not going to do much, obviously. I just go hard to Ferrothorn at this point because, like, I feel like the Mewtwo doesn't really have anything against me, and I do read the Arceus Fairies. It does cover the Arceus Fairy mid-ground. I do want to check to see if the Arceus Fairy has, like, a fire move for me to deal with me, so I just go to Slowking Galar. That's my consistent check. Arceus Fairy. Yeah, Arceus Fairy going to go for Calm Mind, and we're going to see Eternatus come in here. Thankfully, that works out for me. I go for Thunder Wave. Yeah, paralyzing Eternatus was a really big step for me in this game. Meaning stuff like Zacian. Well, Zacian's already faster, but being slower than my Arceus Fairy is pretty good. Being slower than my Lunala is really good. So yeah, I really enjoyed that the paralysis there. And unfortunately, I get another a full para, which is like, I didn't need that. I hate. Okay, look, I do spam Thunder Wave a lot, especially with these teams, but like for the most part, I am using it for speed control. Like, yeah, if I get a couple of I see full paralysis as a way to get out of a sticky situation. I don't really see it as like, I don't really care about it happening in the mid game, right? Like I don't want that because I'm gonna be playing like if I'm gonna be playing like full paras aren't gonna be happening. So yeah, I like it when I'm down and I need a way out because there's always gonna be a way out if I have that. But yeah, the Eternatus mainly, I just wanted to make sure it was slower. Like that was the main thing. Anyways, Eternatus goes for agility though, so it's gonna be faster than everything again. Or potentially, if it goes for another agility. I just go into Lunala. I do have Slide Shock, and I have Spidef, so it's really not gonna do too much there. Sludge Bomb, unfortunately, doesn't get a poison for her, which is pretty unfortunate. Also, Future Sight comes out, so. I knew it was weakness Posse, but I just want to get back up Shadow Shield, because it wasn't gonna do much to me. And yeah, Medium Bro, Shadow Ball just gonna take it out. I don't have to reveal my Slide Shock. Anyway, so Annihilate comes out here. I just go to Arch Fairy. We're just gonna see Annihilate go for Rage Fist. Realistically, I mean, it was Scar. I think it was Scarf Annihilate. So yeah, I just go Arch Fairy. I'm not gonna touch this thing at all. Like, you kidding me? I'm not gonna give you that for free. And I just go for Judgment here. I was gonna go for it there because like Annihilate wasn't gonna kill me. Right? Anyway, Judgment is gonna two-shot the Kingambit there. I don't want to risk the Quick Claw Iron Head on the off chance it happens, so I just go for Airthorn. I know she's gonna go for Iron Head anyways, and I could just guarantee kill it with Iron Barbs. So yeah. And as Arceus Fairy comes out here, we're gonna see a hard swap to Mewtwo though, as I double out into Slow. Oh, I actually go for Leech Seed right off the bat. Yeah, I mean, I guess like that was a bit of a greedy play on my end. If I wanted to be completely, because like LG hasn't really had an opportunity to reveal Flamethrower yet. Like she could have revealed it on the first turn when Arceus Fairy was out against Ferrothorn, but at the same time, I wouldn't have revealed it. So I probably shouldn't. I should have probably just gone straight to Slowking there, but well, I just get the Leech Seed off. Anyways, Reflect comes out. I go for Gyro Ball, and with Leech Seed, it is just enough to take it out, so it's not going to be able to set up a light screen. Arceus Fairy comes back in here. She goes for Calm Mind, but at this point, now I'm pretty sure you don't have Flamethrower, so I just go for the Leech Seed. She goes for Recover. Go for Gyro Ball, just, you know, see what we're cooking, what we're dealing with here, and I just go to Slowking here. Another Calm Mind comes out. At this point, I have Thunder Wave. I'm gonna Sludge Bomb it. Like it's not gonna be great here. right? So paralyzed me too. Another Calm Mind comes out, but I'm not really worried. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I just have to wait on Reflect turns, and she can't really kill me. I don't. That she probably would have judged it not turn. Dude, yeah, I don't like getting. I don't. I don't like getting these paras. I'm really sorry about them. Like, again, it's just to make sure you're slower than some Pokemon. Like, okay, that's 3 paras. And Gerald. Although clearly it probably wasn't Flamethrower at that point. I don't know, it might have been. Even if it was Flamethrower though, like, at that point I could have just gone to Solaceon and killed it. So it didn't really matter that much. Anyways, Lunala comes out here. I'm just gonna go to Arceus Fairy. I don't wanna deal. But it is revealed to be Scar Final Gambit. I kind of figured that I actually was thinking about going onto Lunala on this turn because I didn't need it. I was like, if I made that call, that would have been insane. I would have been so proud of myself for that one. But unfortunately, I decided to be a little bitch. And like, honestly, yeah, I honestly should have just gone to Lunala because I was gonna, if it went for Final Gambit, I was gonna lose her Pokemon if I went to Arceus Fairy anyways. So like, what was even the downside? Like, I don't know, because clearly this Annihilate isn't gonna be able to sweep me, right? Because I have Solaceon, I have things that are faster. I can just Toxic it. I don't have to activate Range Give Fist at all. So like, you know, I really could have just gone to the Lunala. I don't need Lunala at this point either. So yeah. Anyways, Arceus Fairy goes down. I just go Solaceon because I want to get Solaceon some kills. I'm gonna be quite honest. So I just go for Swords Dance. Will-O-Wisp, I have Lumberry, so I'm not gonna do anything. And I was considering protected pads this week, just because, well, obviously Flame Body and Moltres, but Lumberry is a little bit more consistent in my eyes. Yeah. Well, Charge comes out, takes it out. Yay! I won. But yeah, that was yeah, I don't know. I think just running, just T-Wave is broken. That's all I gotta say. But yeah. I don't know. I think I did pretty well. Anyways, I don't know. I was very scared of this match, and I'm glad that I was able to, as well as I did. Could have made it not. I could have had it not be a 6. I could have had it be a 6. No. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next match. Okay, next up here we got the Texas Turtwigs up against the Aegislash Agency. Sorry, wait 1 second. Let me pause. I'll get right back. All right, sorry about that. We're back. I had to deal with a little issue that came up, but anyways, let's go ahead and keep going. So we're up against the Texas Turtwigs up against the Aegislash Agency. Let's go ahead and get this started. You can see Ogerpon lead off here against Masquerada. And it's Scarf, Ogerpon, yet again from Terra, and it's gonna snipe that Masquerada right off the bat. Okay, Iron Bundle leads off. It comes in against the that. We're gonna see the Mega Lucario come in as the Flip turn comes out. Oh, a lot. Oh, it's Life Orb again. No, please. Alright, explain why I don't like Life Orb. But anyways, Mega Lucario is just gonna Mega Evolve straight out and go for close combat. Does a lot of damage, but it's not gonna quite take out the Metagross, who is gonna take out the Mega Lucario with Earthquake. Ogerpon coming back in here on the Iron Moth, swap in. It has booster energy, so it's actually gonna take less damage from the knockoff here. Atlantis is gonna come in here on the Fury Dance. And with the special attack boost, it is going to take out the Landorus on the second Fury Dance, and it gets 2 special attack boosts on the way, which is not good. Xerneas comes in here. It's definitely going to die to Sludge Wave. Yeah. Arceus Electric comes in. That might live. Yeah, it does. Judgment. Oh, it's not going to kill, though. So Sludge Wave is going to knock out the Arceus Electric, too. At this point, it's pretty unfortunate. Yeah, Sludge Wave is going to take that round for sure. Yeah, Kyurem Black against the world, I suppose. Sludge Wave, man, gets a crit. That crit probably mattered, but yeah, after that, I think Metagross just comes in, goes for a Bolt Punch, knocks out the Kyurem Black. So it didn't realistically matter much in the end, only mattered for differential. Yeah, that's a very quick game. That's literally 11 turns. Jesus. Okay, anyways, we're gonna move on. To our next game. Yeah, that was a really quick one. Next up, we have the Faraway Farfetch'd up against the Fairysong Froslasses, two very solid players here. So interested to see how this battle goes. See Clefclee lead off against the Grimmsnarl, against the Taunt right off the bat. As player comes out, so it does a lot of damage to Grimmsnarl. And Ho-Oh is going to come in here on the second player off. We're probably going to see a swap out to something like Rotom Wash here, as Ho-Oh goes for the Sacred Fire. No burn, which would have been nice to cancel the leftovers from Rotom Wash, but no dice. We'll switch right out on Ferrothorn as Calyrex Ice comes in. Interesting. You don't really see that come in on a Ferrothorn often. Anyways, Calyrex is going to go for Substitute, and we're going to see a hard swap out into Arceus Water on the Curse. Okay, frog. That was a little bit of an interesting play. But yeah, anyways, Arceus Water goes for Taunt. Ferrothorn goes for Power Whip. The Arceus Water, obviously. But Klefki comes in. Amoonguss is going to come in on the Reflect from Klefki as Spike comes out. As the Klefki gets sacked to sleep. Champa is going to come in here. Low-key. Okay, no. Champa comes in as Ho-Oh comes in. Yeah, I guess I was low-key like, maybe Frog should just burn and turn to sleep. But like, also at the same time, Stone probably would have tried to capitalize that by going to Ho-Oh. But yeah, anyways, Rotom Wash comes in again. I mean, it looks like he would have had to do this anyways. Because he made a bad call on the switch. Anyways, Hands comes out. We're going to see a Volt Switch again into what? Lunala. Lunala definitely pretty scary for Iron Hands. Oh, it's going to actually stay in on the Moongeist Beam. It's not going to do much with that at all, actually, as Iron Hand goes for the Volt Switch into Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn's interesting. Yeah. Ooh. I wasn't expecting Heat Wave, but like I don't know why Ferrothorn came out. Well, I guess maybe it's just like Ferrothorn going for Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let me but yeah, maybe Ferrothorn, I don't know. You know, just listen to one. I kind of lost my train of thought. Amoonguss comes in here. Chien-Pao is going to hard swap in on Amoonguss, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I understand why, because I guess Frog was expecting a dark move like Foul Play coming out, but like, Jesus, that was a pretty ballsy switch. Like, he could have gone for Sledge Bomb or something too. I don't know. Anyways, Ice Spinner comes out. Not going to do much to Dozo, obviously. Dozo is the GOAT when it comes to that. Liquidation, not going to do anything to Arceus Water. We'll see if the defense drops actually matters. Moongus is going to come in here as Arceus Water goes for Toxic. Not going to do anything against Moongus, but we're going to see probably a Taunt here. Oh, wait, actually, there's no really need to go for a Taunt. If he's still asleep. Okay, maybe there was a need to go for Taunt. There was a need. Okay, Chien-Pao gets poisoned. Dozo comes in again on another Ice Spinner. Yeah, this Chien-Pao is taking quite a bit of damage here. There's no way for Frog to get that recovery off for it too either, so I don't know. Chien-Pao might not be the game-winning piece moving forward here. Probably Calyrex Ice will be what he needs to focus on to win this game. But yeah, Dozo's asleep too. Nice at full health. Dozo gonna come back in here as Calyrex Ice is going for Glacial Lance. Not gonna do much though. I'm surprised he's Rocky Helmet, all things considered, but okay. I think Boots would have been a little bit better here. Although, I mean, it was helpful for Champa. Actually, no, it's helpful for Champa. No, never mind. No, I see it. I understand why. Taunt again, Amoonguss. Klefki's gonna come back in on Giga Drain. Yeah, so Klefki's now, I mean, hard Rotom if you're the GOAT. You're not the GOAT. SMH. I mean, that wasn't even that bad of a call to make, realistically speaking. Like, there's no way Grimmsnarl's there was no way Amoonguss is staying and going for a fucking Giga Drain. I'm gonna go for Toxic though, so I don't know. Anyways, Ho-Oh going for Sacred Fire, not even gonna care. It finally gets the burn though, which is gonna be good for Ho-Oh. Wait, sorry, it was on the double. I don't know why I said why you didn't care. Okay, anyways, Moon's gonna come back in here on the Volt Switch. Nala comes in here. Obviously gonna scare that out with. Oh, he only has Heat Wave. It's gonna two-shot though. Toxic on Lunala though is gonna be pretty big. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna win, but at the same time, actually no. Kristoff's team is so passive. Like, there's really nothing that's gonna make progress here. Like, he's just trying to like whittle everything down. Like, kind of a stall team in a sense. It's not a real stall team though, just because like even the stall teams have a win. This just seems like a really passive team with no way to really win a game. outside of just sheer sitting power, is really not going to do anything. I don't know. Anyways, Moongrass Beam comes out there. Does not enough to realistically. Iron Hand's going to come out here. Is scouting for the Meteor Beam. Nice play on Kristoff's end. But Iron Hands or something is going to go down here most likely. Yeah, actually, he could have gone back to Ho-Oh. But he doesn't. Anyways, Grimmsnarl going to come in here. Klefki's going to swap in as Grimmsnarl just goes for Light Screen. Ho-Oh's going to come in here. Yeah, the screen setter on Grimmsnarl, like, why are you screens in this team, right? Like, you don't need the screens at all. I think Grimmsnarl would have benefited. Like, don't even bring Grimmsnarl, right? Like, I know he's a Mega Blaziken. You should have brought that, right? Like, that would have actually made progress in this team here. I don't know. I think Kristoff made a little bit of an error here with his team. It's just way too passive. There's nothing. Like, Frog has 2 like pretty clear win cons here. All right, even 3 technically. And then like Frog here. I mean, Kristoff just doesn't really have anything to go off of. I don't know. Anyways, Black comes out. Sacred Fire. Gonna do a decent chunk. Does get the burn as well. I don't like Klefki with. I have to say, I don't like Klefki with leftover, like reflect without screen, without like light clay. I don't know. I feel like screens without light clay it just never lasts long enough. Personally speaking. I mean, it's like weather, right? It doesn't last long enough for you to do anything meaningful. Realistically speaking, I don't know. But I'm also just a big screens hater. I don't really think screens are super good. I mean, if your team's designed around it, it'll work fine. And I know screens have been banned. No, but it's not even screens are banned. It's specifically Veil. And Veil is definitely very good because you get both screens in one go. But with like Reflect plus Light Screen, you have to set it up over the course of 2 turns. And I don't personally see screens being super high. I don't know. I don't know how to word this. In like a more passive team like this too, I definitely don't think screens are very important. But yeah, offensive teams, yeah, sure, they'll benefit from screens, fine. But like these types of teams, I'm not a big fan. Anyways, Thunder Wave, the Sacred Fire. Looks like Klefki's on its last legs here. Renewash is gonna come in here on the Paralysis because Ho-Oh doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Moon's gonna come in here as the Vultures comes out again. This is the only move Rotom has clicked. Fair enough, I suppose. Yeah. Anyways, Dozo comes in. Calyrex sipping on that Calyrex ice. Comes up and goes for Glacial Lens. Close combat is gonna actually 2-shot here from this range. So yeah, Frog was waiting for Dondozo to get chipped enough with spikes. And I think close combat still goes. Yeah, Frog finally gets rid of the Dondozo here. Grimmsnarl is gonna come in as doesn't really have a move to hit Calyrex. I doubt it has a. Oh, it actually has Darkness Leather in it. Oh my god. But yeah, Frog just sacks his Lunala, goes to Klefki to take out the Grimmsnarl with Play Rough. But yeah, now it's just Ho-Oh and Moongus. Jesus Christ, Braybird did a lot. Yeah, that was a crit though, to be fair. Anyways, Pain Split comes out. Yeah, Rotom's back to full health, baby. Basically. Yeah, I don't see Ho winning this intro. Moongus gonna come out here, but I think Frog would have gone for Voltage on this. No, he goes for Pump. Okay. But now you go for Voltage for sure. Yeah, double regen might keep Kristoff in the running for a little bit longer, but Klefki comes in and just gets sacked the file play. But like, you just go to Calyrex or something and just kill something, right? Yeah, or just go to Champel. It's like, okay, Psychic Phase, fine. I did not expect that, I'll be honest, but yeah, okay. At this point, it's just Ho against the world. Yeah, there's no way Renewash is gonna win this one. I mean, there's no way Ho is gonna win this game at this point. It does have Recover at least, but like, I doubt it's gonna be able to do much here. Because the thing is, Renewash is always gonna be able to Pain Split on it, which means the recovers are essentially meaningless because you're losing health anyways. Hydron's gonna basically kill it anyways either. So yeah, game is pretty much done here. Volt Switch is gonna take out the Ho-Oh pretty easily without having to risk a miss. And yeah, that is gonna be a win for Frog there for nice 4-0. Yeah. that was a pretty interesting game. Yeah, I don't know. I think I mean, I already made my thoughts clear. I think Kristoff like made his team a little bit too passive there. I didn't really see a win con. I mean, maybe Dozo was a win con, I guess, but like, I find Dozo like, if you know things like Rotom Wash and like even Arceus Water are coming, like I just don't see Dozo winning, right? So I don't know. I think Kristoff made maybe. I think Mega Blaziken would have been actually a great bring to this matchup. Actually, yeah, you could have gotten Swords Dance's offense, or like at least gotten kills. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking like, I'm here at the end of a battle, and I don't know. Obviously, I didn't think about this prep as much as Kristoff or Frog did. You know, I'm probably missing things about like trying to remake a Blaziken. Like, I really don't see the point of bringing screens on this team. I definitely think that's an error. You just have like 5 very passive Pokemon, and then you have your screen setter. Like, I don't see that. Like, you need setup mons. Like, and you only had Cursed Dozo, and Cursed Dozo is not something that really needs screens in the first place because it's unaware and all that. So yeah, I didn't really understand the Grimmsnarl bring at the very minimum, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the last game here. There's supposed to be a 10th game, as always, but we had a little bit of a issue with the replay acquiring of one of our matches for this week, and unfortunately, it got lost to the ether. No one bothered getting the replay after the match was done. Very unfortunate there. So unfortunately, I don't have anything to talk over for that one. But yeah, this is the last game here for today. Gonna be the Empire Emboars versus the Motostoke Milceries. Let's go ahead and get started. Thunderous is gonna lead off here against Great Tusk. Pretty good lead. It's Sash Great Tusk. Okay, as Stealth Roar comes out. Okay. I've never seen Sash Tusk before, but okay, sure. I mean, that did work out in this game in this instance. Thunder Wave, Judgment, just gonna knock it out with the Arceus. Yeah, fair enough. And as Arceus Ground is gonna come in here. We're gonna see Yveltal switch in as Groudon goes for the bulk up. Pretty scary for Milcery there. Stone Edge probably does a lot here. 50, Jesus. Oh, yay, that's fun. Oh, but Foul Play doesn't do much here. Yeah, see, yeah. If he didn't miss, Stone Edge would have 2-shot the Yveltal. That's pretty unfortunate. But yeah, now Groudon unfortunately goes down there, but Yveltal still takes a lot of chips. Zoroark's gonna come in and probably just go straight for Plasma Fist. I'm surprised Milcery didn't go hard Ditto. I would have done that just to absorb. But yeah, anyways, Magearna's gonna come in here. Does tank pretty easily any hit from Zoroark. We're gonna see Auger Berry, and it's gonna. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate Flare Cannon miss there. So I guess it kind of makes up for the Stone Edge miss from earlier. Plasma Fist is gonna do a lot of damage here to Magearna as Magearna goes for a Spike. But now it's gonna go down to the Plasma Fist. Actually, Avery Runner's not in a bad position, but at the same time, he lost his son. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And his Iron Bundle is going to come in here, and it is going to be faster than the Zero Aura, interestingly enough. So I guess it's Scarf Bundle then. So I guess Chiyu comes in here. This is a pretty free Dark Pulse. But he goes for Fire Blast, which is very wrong. Yeah, Dark Pulse would have probably 2-shot Arc Rock. Would it have? Fire Blast is what? 110 times Stab divided by 2. 55. Dark Pulse. So yeah, okay, Dark Pulse about 1.5 times stronger. A little bit less than 1.5. 35 on the roll. It's maybe would have 2-shot, but you also have the chance of Dark Pulse flinching as well. So yeah, I think definitely Dark Pulse was the play. Ditto coming in is gonna resist Chiyu anyways, so there was no point. There, you might as well just go for Dark Pulse because it covers both our bundle and Arceus Rock. So yeah, I don't know. That was a mistake there. Our Shadow comes in here, and Poltergeist is gonna take out the Arceus Rock. Thing is though, Ditto comes in and is gonna copy it and go for what? Scarf Poltergeist, right? So that's gonna be pretty, or Scarf Specialty apparently. Let's take out the Marshadow there. Anyway, Dragon Ball comes in, and yeah, it's Scarf, so yeah, Dragon Ball's gonna go down. Yeah, Yeah, that was a very, very quick game there. Just, everyone just kept dying. Yeah, I don't know. This type of scrappy matchup, you know, even the hazards are just like just good enough to help you win. And Ditto is just a great response for those offensive teams. So yeah, I'm giving a good call bringing Ditto. Scarf bundle is a crazy pull, but I guess it worked out. I'm assuming, yeah, I'm assuming Milceries brought that for Lilligant in Sun. So yeah, speeding that would have been really nice for Milceries. So I'm assuming that's why it was Scarf. And that's probably why the Tusk was sashed. She probably just Milceries was gonna just lead it no matter what, most likely, and then just get rocks up and deal as much damage as she could have. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And then yeah, okay. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'm very behind on all these matches, but I'm trying to make up the distance here. So yeah, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time.